Love bombing feels like a dream at first. It feels like destiny, like fate, like the universe finally gave you the person you've been waiting for. But psychology tells a different story, one that's far more complex, far more dangerous, and far more common than most people realize. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of love bombing, why it feels so intoxicating, why it works so effectively, and why it often leads to emotional manipulation and trauma bonding. Let's begin. Love bombing always starts the same way: intensity, attention, affection, and admiration, all delivered at lightning speed. They text constantly, they compliment endlessly, they make big promises early. They talk about the future before you even know their middle name. It feels magical. It feels rare. It feels like you've finally been seen. But that's exactly the point. Psychology calls this the idealization phase, the moment where someone creates a perfect version of themselves to win your trust and secure your attachment. To understand love bombing, you have to understand the brain. When someone showers you with affection, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical involved in addiction. It creates a rush, a high, a feeling of euphoria. You feel chosen, you feel special, you feel wanted in a way you've never felt before. But dopamine doesn't care about intentions, it only cares about intensity. And love bombing is nothing but intensity. This is why the beginning feels so addictive, because it literally is. Love bombers don't give you time to think. They don't give you space to breathe. They don't give you the chance to evaluate the relationship. They move fast because speed prevents clarity. Psychology shows that when emotions escalate quickly, the logical part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, becomes less active. You stop analyzing, you stop questioning, you stop noticing red flags. You're swept into the moment, and that's exactly where they want you. Love bombers often use phrases like, "I've never felt this way before," "You're my soulmate," "I think we're meant to be," "I can't believe how perfect you are." These statements create a sense of destiny, a psychological shortcut that bypasses rational thinking. It's not that they see your soul, it's that they see your vulnerability, and they know exactly how to use it. Every love bombing cycle has a turning point, a moment where the intensity fades, a moment where the affection drops, a moment where the pedestal cracks. Suddenly, the person who adored you becomes distant, cold, irritated, or critical. You start wondering, what did I do wrong? Why did they change? How do I get the old version of them back? This is where the psychological trap tightens. Because now your brain is chasing the dopamine high from the beginning, the high they created on purpose. When someone alternates between affection and withdrawal, your brain becomes confused. It starts associating love with anxiety, connection with fear, affection with instability. This creates a trauma bond, a powerful emotional attachment formed through cycles of reward and punishment. It's the same psychological mechanism seen in gambling addiction. You never know when the next win is coming, so you keep holding on. You keep hoping. You keep waiting. You keep trying. Not because the relationship is healthy, but because your brain is hooked on the unpredictable pattern. Love bombing doesn't work because you're weak. It works because you're human. We are wired to respond to affection. We are wired to seek connection. We are wired to feel special when someone chooses us intensely. Love bombing targets universal human needs: the need to feel valued, the need to feel seen, the need to feel desired, the need to feel safe, the need to feel important. These needs are not flaws. They are part of being human. And that's what makes love bombing so effective. It weaponizes what makes us vulnerable. Not everyone who love bombs is malicious. Some do it unconsciously. Some do it because they fear abandonment. Some do it because they confuse intensity with intimacy. But many love bombers share common traits: insecurity masked as confidence, fear of losing control, need for validation, unstable self-esteem, difficulty with healthy attachment, desire to secure loyalty quickly. Love bombing is not about love. It's about control, reassurance, and emotional dominance. When the love bombing ends, the emotional crash begins. People often feel confused, anxious, insecure, guilty, desperate to fix things, terrified of losing the connection. This emotional chaos is not accidental. It's the result of psychological conditioning. You're not missing the person. You're missing the version of them that never truly existed. The moment you recognize love bombing for what it is, everything changes. You start seeing the pattern. You start noticing the manipulation. You start understanding the emotional roller coaster. And most importantly, you start realizing that real love doesn't rush. Real love doesn't overwhelm. Real love doesn't confuse. Real love grows slowly, steadily, and safely. Love bombing feels like a fairy tale in the beginning, but it often ends like a nightmare. The intensity wasn't love. The affection wasn't real. The connection wasn't genuine. It was a performance, a mask designed to pull you in before the truth appeared. But now you see it. Now you understand it. Now you can protect yourself from it. Because real love doesn't need to overwhelm you to feel real. It doesn't need to rush. It doesn't need to consume you. Real love is calm. Real love is steady. Real love is safe. And you deserve nothing less.